Wave 31 Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Castle with 31 Triple Doppler.
Look at all of those people, Jeff, especially like that water. You saw the possum, folks kind of trying to wade through it. That's pretty sad to see. And I'm just thankful that we're not having any rain today.
Yes.
And none anytime soon?
No, nothing until probably the beginning of next week.
Okay.
So flooding, not a concern, but there at the end of that story mentioning the heat that was going to be building eastward, we're getting in on that. That's what we're going to have to deal with heading into the weekend. The humidity will be back as well. So get ready. Summertime kicking into full gear here in the next few days. Let's talk about the weekend. Still looks like it is going to be a hot one. 96 Saturday, 97 on Sunday. Humidity will make it feel, of course, a little bit hotter as that muggy meter showing that we're going to get back at least into the muggy range. Sticky at times by the end of the weekend and almost oppressive for early next week, and there won't be a whole lot of variation in that humidity once it sets back in. And there's not going to be a whole lot of variation in the temperatures as well. We return to the 90s tomorrow, and it may be a while before we are back below that 90-degree mark. Of course, it's the combination of the heat and the humidity that gets us around here. And by the time we head through the end of the weekend and the beginning of next week, those feels-like numbers, or the heat index, which factors in the humidity and the fact that when it's humid out, our bodies can't naturally cool ourselves as efficiently. Well, those numbers tend to run close to 100. Now, not quite in the danger range, which would be around 105. I still want you to take precautions this weekend. Doing anything outdoors, yard work, it's the time of year for that. But just make sure you're getting it done early, getting it done in the evening, not in the heat of the afternoon, and you are taking lots of breaks and staying hydrated. So just the typical tips that we give you heading through the summer season, keep those in mind for the coming weekend. Other than the heat, though, it's quiet. Wave 31 Triple Doppler not picking up any rainfall. None is expected, and as we mentioned at the beginning of the weathercast, unlikely that we'll see anything rain-wise until maybe the beginning of next week at the soonest. Latest here with future radar showing that skies will clear a bit overnight tonight. A little cloud cover may hang on across the northeast corner of the state, but that'll be about it for us. Overall, I'm expecting more in the way of sunshine tomorrow than what we saw around the area today, with very limited cloud cover out there. Temperatures, as a result, will be a little bit hotter than they were earlier this afternoon. We head into your Friday morning. Looks like a quiet beginning there. Plenty of sunshine into your Friday afternoon. And we'll continue to see temperatures on the climb heading into the beginning of the weekend. All right, let's talk tropics. Couple areas being watched by the National Hurricane Center. Neither has an immediate threat, although the system that is coming across Florida, that is responsible for the heavy downpours and the tropical accumulations of rainfall down there in South Florida. As it emerges off the coast of Florida and stays here over the southeast corner of the U.S. out over the open waters, there is a chance that it may see some tropical development, but right now that chance only around 20%, and anything that were to form would likely remain offshore. A little closer to home, southwestern Gulf may be an area of potential development, not in the next few days, but later into the weekend and next week. We're seeing indications that something may form here tropical-wise over the southwest Gulf. Given the pattern that we're expecting here across the southeast heading into next week, if something forms, it would likely get steered into Mexico, but it is going to send some tropical moisture along the Gulf Coast, so that could increase rain chances there along the beaches from, we'll say, the Florida Panhandle over towards Texas heading into next week. If we get a named storm out of that one, Alberto is the first one on the list this year. All right, let's talk temperatures tonight. We're going to enjoy these numbers, which will dip again into the lower end of the 60s. We quickly warm tomorrow, 82 at 10, 86 at the noon hour, and we expect to be back above 90 in most spots tomorrow afternoon. A couple of exceptions here. Gunnersville, Albertville may stay just below 90, but Huntsville 92, 91 Decatur, and 91 out there in the shoals, and that is just the beginning of what is to come. Wave 31 Storm Tracker 10-day, 94 on your Friday, 96 Saturday, 97 on Sunday. Likely dry through the weekend. Rain chances when they're back next week, not significant, but a little isolated to widely scattered wet weather, making a return starting Monday, and could be with us from day to day throughout next week. Otherwise, we're just going to stay hot and humid, highs in the 90s, and those overnight lows very warm and muggy in the 70s.